I'm ready. We are live. This is 94 Feet of Life, Friday fun. You know what it is. Big shot in the building. I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, but remember, subscribe to the channel, notifications on. The.SCEN is the Instagram. SCEN_THE is the Twitter handle. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. .com is on the way. Listen, we got 94 feet of front office today. And then we're going to follow that up with our Back to Campus show. We'll talk about our love for college basketball. But before we get into the proceedings, I'm going to swing this to my neighbor, even though he's still from somewhere between Jeffersonville and Maryville. It's my main man, MJ. MJ, what's happening?
Not much, man. We here. 94 feet of life, sponsored by the same. Make sure you go cop the ball you gear. Also, rest in peace to Coach John Chaney, as you see in my background. We just got word that we passed. Thank you, King, for everything that you have done for this game and what you have done for your community and everybody that played this game of basketball, man. You are a legend, and we will continue to build on this. So with that, let me pass this over to Ham. Ham, what it do?
My people, what's good, man? I was just mentioning this in our inbox, as we prior to going on the air, last 5 months, we lost three, head coaches who we could all identify, well, at least 4 to 5, because Jeremy, he's a youngin', but you wouldn't know that. You would think Jeremy is probably around his mid 40s.
Right.
Nevertheless, we lost three black head coaches that we were the first cats that we identified as head coaches, as brothers. And John Thompson, Georgetown, Casey Jones of the Boston Celtics, who they were, John Thompson and Casey Jones were former teammates. And today, John Chaney, so definitely salute to Coach Chaney. You still want to kick Coach Cal's ass. He's still going to send out the goons. He's still going to have you up at 5 for practice, on the daily. So let me just swing it behind the back, down to the OB to my man Trav. Trav, what's happening, man?
Y'all know what it is. This your boy Trav, man. Life won't be a life. Come through for the scene. Man, we losing greats every day, man. Just be appreciative to every day that you wake up this morning, man. But this show, this show must go on, man. It does go on. So, Jern, talk to the people, man. What's good?
So, ladies and gentlemen, I know what it is. True Man False World. Portland Live on the scene, 94 Feet of Life. Shouts out to everybody. Appreciate anybody and everybody in the comments already, even though you may not have commented. Just want to say that up front. We got some fun here we're going to have with y'all today. Hey, man, this is about to be live and uncut. Shout out to my guy, Chef, in the background with the shares. I see him on all screens that are going right now. Appreciate you, brother. That being said, we got 94 feet of GM. I am Mr. GM, Mr. So True, but Mr. True GM, he is here today to help you guys. And listen, I'm here to help you. So let's have fun, fellas. Let's start at the top. We got some very interesting situations going on in the NBA right now, but we're going to start where the oven is hot. We're going to start with Mr. Bradley Beal himself with the bad body language and all. Trav, I'm going to start with you. We got to find this man a home. We got to find him a home, somewhere where he can go and he can be who he is, which is that scoring machine, but make sure that this is not low calorie scoring. I'm going to start with you. Give me a team and let's match him up to this team.
Woo! Boy, oh boy. Start off.
You started off like Kendrick Perkins, though, didn't you? No,
no. Hey, man. I mean, my first pick, and I harped on this at the beginning of the year. They shouldn't have got Kelly Oubre because they trying to get rid of him anyway. I think he should go. I think a home with him, get rid of a couple of pieces at Golden State, but you got to fit him in. You can fit it somehow, some way. Golden State can fit that man in. I think you ship him to Golden State. You don't let him stay in the East no more, man. Ship him all the way to the West.
Okay. Now let's just start here. As my guy MJ pulls up Golden State Warriors, Ham, give me your team.
One of my guys in the group, when I made the promo post this morning, he asked, was asking for the Bulls out of the realm. So on behalf of that, let's throw Chicago in the mix with that, just to see how it plugs.
Big Shot, who you got?
Man, Bradley Beal here, because if I'm Washington, as incompetent as we are, we got to get him out the conference. So, what's going on? Nah, too many guards for Trav and them.
We'll still take him.
Bradley Beal to Denver.
I'm gonna pull him up. Y'all, I'm
MJ, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you too, brother. What you got for him?
I think he should stay put. I don't think he should go anywhere.
Stay put.
Now,
All right.
while y'all pulling up, MJ, I'm kind of with you on this real quick, because I'm kind of tired of the players being held accountable and the players always being the ones have to leave somewhere because of incompetent front offices. So I'm gonna stick with my Denver, but I'm kind of with you, MJ. We're gonna make these front office folks rap, as our boy Worldwide Les like to say. Make these GMs rap, John.
Hey,
right.
So I'm with y'all. So I'm actually not gonna pick because I like the ones that have been picked. First of all, Big Shot, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Right now, as of right now, the winner is gonna be Big Shot. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because Big Shot has won. Well, first thing is, let's go to Denver real quick. I'm gonna show y'all why I say Big Shot won. No, this is no shot at Ham and Trav. They know we having fun with this thing, and they having fun with us.
This is Triller State.
Yes,
this is what we call Triller State on the block.
Hey, listen, if you want to be an agent like me. Hey. So we got Gary Harris, and we can also slide in some other pieces here as well. A piece like Jermichael Green, a piece like we can slide in some of these young players that we have on our roster here, and we can make this deal work with 2 or 3 players and a draft pick. If you go ahead and you take Gary Harris, and let's just say we say, hey, Jermichael Green, your services are not needed, and maybe give him a rookie, and then throw in a first-round pick, you get Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal with Jamal Murray and Jokic is a formidable big 3 in the NBA, if you ask me.
Let me ask you something. MJ, I'm going to start with you. And Ham, whoever jump in. If you're Denver, to me, if you make a trade like this, you are telling me you are really close to this type. I don't know how close Denver is, but if you're Denver, would you throw in Trav's favorite guy?
Here's where I'm at with it first and foremost.
Would you throw in Blackish?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not throwing in Blackish. Blackish is a part of my Econo spray paint team.
And here's the curveball that I will be. I will be the team that represents whatever player Jern throws out. And I'm going to tell you what I would want if I was the front office person to make feel better.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I wouldn't want to throw in Blackish, but he might be required for this. That's just
I'm not making no move without Bobo. I'm gonna tell you like that. I need Bobo before we talk anything. Bobo gotta be mentioned.
That's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. I love Bobo, but Bobo would have to be. I think Bobo would be involved in that package.
Okay,
you don't get Michael Porter Jr. You don't mess with that.
Triller State Agent True reporting live. You said Bobo. Well, he ain't playing much anyway. So guess what we gonna do with this? Bobo. Like Shout out to Germ So True.
Come on to Chocolate City, Bobo. We gonna turn you out, man.
I mean, we might as well go
Go
ahead.
music and all, baby.
We might as well. I mean, so give me Gary Harris, give me Bobo, and you know what? Let's throw in what's some other things that this team need on that team. They could use anything. You know what I'm saying? They could use.
Well. Also, nah. You know, I'm not gonna let you off that easy now, John. Like, hey, I play ball now.
Come on.
This ain't no analytic dude. I know hoop. So to be real with you, I need Gary Harris, I need Bobo, and I need Monty Morris with a first round. What you gonna do?
Oh,
Monty Morris.
I need Monty Morris.
You know what? No, that's that we may be able to work this out.
Monty should start. I think Monty could start for at least this year before I draft somebody to replace him.
Okay, so let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. So you need Monty, and you need a first round pick, and you need Bobo. Okay,
I need all that.
So let me see what you have on your roster real quick, so I can go ahead and I can counter that, because I don't mind giving them up, but I think I do need something in return.
So I know the round. Let's pull up.
You getting on Bradley Beal in return?
Well, hold on, Trav. Trav.
I ain't gonna say my name.
It is not O2 out here.
Man. Hey, look.
I don't like it.
We ain't trying to get fired by this owner, because you know it's hard for brothers to have the job in the front office. If we get fired, we ain't getting another job. What we look like? What's his name?
Oh, snaps.
So we got to make sure we make it shake.
Go ahead. Go to 2021.
No, I got you. Give me 1 second.
Hey.
There you go.
You talk about Bradley Beal. O2. I like it.
Bradley Beal, man.
Hey.
All right.
So
here, man.
So to help these salaries match up, give me Ish Smith with it, so I can at least have a backup point guard to come off my bench, and we got a deal.
Well, now the money don't match, sir. So now I need somebody else.
$6 million. That's $6 million. Let's make sure. Let's hold on. Let's make sure the money match.
Oh, I got a thought. Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Because
So
I'm gonna pick the best deal for me since I'm representing Washington.
Go ahead. Yeah. So that'll be total. That's a total of 34 and some change that we'll have just for Beal. And then after that, what we got for? We got 20 plus the 8. That covers Bradley Beal right there, because that's a little bit more. You said Bobo, and then the first round pick carries draft considerations as well.
Okay, so yeah, we
about balances out.
But I'll take it. I can take that.
That about balances it out. Oh no, don't worry. I just want to make sure.
I'm not going. I need to hear what everybody else talking about. So I need to hear what the Bulls offer. I need to hear what Golden State offers before I make my decision.
I have one question, but before we get to everybody else's offer, I definitely want to keep it moving.
Yep.
Denver's GM is Myron?
No, I'm Washington GM. I'm representing all of the bad players.
You watching the bad player. Okay, so Jerm, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Have you seen enough? And we talk about this the development, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen enough of Jamal Murray to say definitively on a champion, he the second best player on the team?
Guess what? By making this trade for Bradley Beal, it don't matter if he's the second best player, because now we got somebody who can score and fill up the bucket. So any given night, he could be my first, second, or third best player.
Because if I was GM MJ, that might be the name I want.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking about that on a straight up swap.
Continue.
Yeah, I was thinking of a name on a straight up swap. I was thinking of that because he's 24. But I know, for the sake of the show, I know what Denver is attempting to do. And most of these trades, when you're trading someone disgruntled, unfortunately, the value has depreciated. So my bargaining chip is not as strong because I know this dude want to get out.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to get 70 cents on the dollar as opposed to getting my whole dollar, because I ain't gonna get the whole dollar because everybody know. Well, wait a minute. Didn't Bill just sign that contract?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, give me Jamal. What you mean? Jamal and Bobo.
Well, the numbers don't match up, sir. We have given you what we were going to give you, sir. We're not changing this now in the middle of negotiations. My deal is the best
I
deal.
never shook your hand, and I got 2 other teams that won't build. So because I got 2 other teams that won't build, I think I'm going to look at other options. But be in touch.
Yeah, okay, you're correct. And I'm banging on you. I'm throwing my phone down. Like,
yeah, the old school phone.
Hey, all right, so
Because
let's go.
these touchscreen phones, you can't get that same feel.
Yeah, don't do that.
You don't want to break your screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? See, you need to represent these players because these players probably threw their phone across the room. Now, Ham, we got the Chicago Bulls. Now let me see.
All right.
So now you represent Chicago, and this is about to get emotional.
This for my man Ventron in the 94 Feet of Life group. I just told him, hey, we got that one locked. We're looking into it right now. So he may be joining us. Also our comment section is locked up. I don't know what's going on with that.
Right.
Yeah, it's been acting weird, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ham, player to player, pimp to pimp. Don't offer me Otto Porter again.
I see one name already. First name on the list.
I don't even want to Otto Porter to Otto Porter.
Oh,
well, it just doesn't look too. I mean,
I already had him. I traded him for a reason. Why am I gonna trade him back?
Hey, Ben, I tried, baby.
I mean,
there's
Zach
another
LaVine
name.
is not a championship player to me. The only guys on your roster that I would like, I could use a guy like Kobe White because I think he'd be good. In my second unit, he's a 6'5" guard. He can shoot the ball. He fits good next to Monty. But wait, hold on. Can you go down one more time? Did they say 42?
Yeah, these are the cap holes. They ain't the whole roster now. I'm gonna show you everybody. Laurie Marketing is in play.
See, but here's the thing, man.
Hold on. Player to player, pimp to pimp again. You really paid Cristiano $11 million, Ham? Boy, what was you smoking on?
Hey, I was on that Paxson,
He's on that Kendrick Perkins.
Yo,
you had loaded cookies, didn't you?
I was on that Carpax, baby. That's what
He
I was
on
on.
that perk.
That's a whole other strand that they ain't even talking about out there. The Carpax.
Trav, he was on that perk.
man.
On that perk, he was on that perk.
Wanna be a junkie like me.
Ben, you sent me out, Ben. You got me looking like real messed up over here representing these bonehead Chicago Bulls. You sent me out, Ben. I knew I should have stayed with my first man and brought Brad Beal to the Bluff.
Man, always bring him to the Bluff. We would have talked about the Bluff.
When in doubt, come to the Bluff.
Unfortunately, Chicago. Hey, what's the noise they be making on The Price is Right? Boom, 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 boom.
I almost want to X y'all off my screen, but I'm not going to. That's disrespectful. We're gonna move to Golden State. Trav, man. Talk to me, Trav. Talk to me nice though.
Trav, what you gonna do, man?
I know two already. I'm looking at
I know
two
what you're
already.
gonna try to give me, but we'll talk about it.
But I'm gonna mess with you with Wiggins.
I knew it.
I'm gonna mess with you with Kelly Oubre. Just gotta go back there.
He down here. He down somewhere. There you go. 21. Oh, right now, first and foremost, Trav, you be making it rain on your program. Y'all paid $175 million. Hey,
is kind of like the New Orleans Saints of salary cap right now.
Gee. Hey, this is Thanos for real. Did you win a championship? Yes. What did it cost? Everything.
Literally.
Yeah. So Wiggins and Oubre, they on that package. Let me look at something else. Draft pick.
Of course, you have no choice. Right now,
draft picks.
In order for this to work, Trav, right now you're giving me $50 million of players that I don't want, and you only gave me 2 players.
You're gonna have to get God.
So that means I got to give you somebody now. Now I got to give you somebody else, which I didn't want to do. But let me see if there's anybody that is worth giving up.
Tell you what,
Anybody.
I'll put it to you this way. Look at my roster and see what's good for you.
That's why I talk to Trav.
Hey, I'll tell you one name that's good for me if I'm Washington.
Oh, it's one day that's good for everybody. It's the name at the top.
Here's 2 and here's 3 people that you may not be able to. That's 4 people you can't touch.
Okay,
That's
let me hear it.
Clay. That's Draymond. That's James Wiseman.
Hang up the phone.
All right, so Trav, as much as I respect you and your acumen, I think I'm going to have to move forward because there's nothing else on this roster that I want to give up for Brad Beal. So if you can get a third team involved, you want to get a third team involved. Go call Phoenix.
This up though. What is it though?
You got to think. I'm literally giving up 34 points a game. I'm sorry, I'm giving up 34 points. Let me pull the stats up because I want you to know what I'm about to give you. Everybody needs to know what Bradley Beal is right now. Because for those of you who are casual fans, who think, oh, Bradley Beal, man, he don't know how to win the big one. Oh, man, he giving up empty calorie stats. For those of y'all who've been under the rock for the last 5 years, first and foremost, we might have to do a show receipts on this one. What did we say about Bradley Beal if we put him in the same position as Harden? What would he do? What did we say again?
Mm-hmm.
And what is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
One day y'all gonna listen to us.
Feasting.
35, 5, and 5.
Oh, no. I'm going to show him. I don't even want to say it. I'm going to show it to him. 35.4. 4.9 assists, because quite frankly, whoever he passes to ain't really hitting. 5.3 rebounds.
5 and 3. 35, 5 and 3. I mean, dude is he's a walking bucket. He's a walking bucket. He can get you what you want.
And here's what I love. It's only 26 shots a game. So he's averaging 9 more points than the shots he takes.
And my man doing that in like 30 and 3/4 of action. 30.
Yeah, they be getting smacked. For my advanced people, we're going to introduce y'all to this usage rate. Washington, we are using you too much, Bradley. 38.3, fam. That's a lot.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's a lot, man.
Because it's all we got.
Gee, y'all gonna run my man's in the ground, man. Who are y'all? Candy off of Django? I want 5 fights.
Miss your candy.
Where my $500 at? You gonna reimburse me? That's how y'all treat my man Bill right now.
Oh, Golden State. Who would you want? Who would you want, though? I mean, on the series.
Oh no! In all seriousness, it would have to be very pick heavy in order for it to work. And I would take Andrew Wiggins because the salary is going to come off.
Correct.
So obviously, was that for Ryan? What'd you say, Big Shot?
I say if I'm Washington, give me. I need the footer, man.
Hey, my counsel has spoken.
You know what? You know what? In that case, I would let Wiseman go. I let Wiseman go. It's like we ain't played a small ball before.
I like it. And y'all got Kevin Looney, so it's not like
Ham didn't like that one.
That's tough though. Hey, look, you gotta pay to play, man. If I'm gonna give you the leading scorer in the NBA, I need something.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I say Bradley needs to stay put. Y'all see these salary caps, y'all see these players. There isn't a deal out there that makes sense right now unless you literally swap.
So technically what we're saying is Bradley Beal signed all that money.
He's stuck.
He's kind of from it.
That's what it is.
He got no place else to go. That's
Boom.
what it is.
Well, I mean, there is a deal on the table.
I like the Denver move, though. I do like the Denver move, but
I mean, you know.
Oh no, me and Denver still talking, but he don't want to come up out of Jamal.
Oh,
You know.
I thought. Oh no, be
You
very
gonna come up
clear.
out of Jamal?
Oh, be very clear.
No.
Because if I gave Jamal 36% usage rate, he'll average 30, and I can live with that.
I tell you like this. I suggested Denver. Germ don't want to do it. Me and Germ are split in the front office on this.
Oh, you would give up? You would give up Jamal?
For Bradley?
Brother.
He said,
Yeah.
Brother.
Listen, I agree.
The
I
best
agree with
thing,
him.
hey, he's the best scorer we've had since Carmelo.
Yeah. Yeah.
35, John. He averages 35. 35. 35.
So this is a straight up swap, Jamal.
It's
It can't be a straight up swap because the numbers don't match.
This is what I'm saying in the war room. This is what we saying in the war room.
Well, no, the numbers is about even actually. It's just
I
about
want Bol Bol too, though.
In the war
like a
room,
million over.
in the Denver war room, Germ gets the final say. I'm just telling you what I see.
You said you want Jamal. That's what you want, MJ? Jamal?
Look, just think about this. Would you rather give up Jamal and Bobo or Jamal in the first round? Bobo was a second round pick, sir.
I mean, at the end of the day,
Oh, yeah, Trav, that was
do I
deep,
feel
wasn't it? That's a good flip for you. Y'all not using him. He just on the bench. I use him more in 2K than y'all use him.
Yeah.
that's the reason why I
Actually,
said
one of
get
my
rid of
favorite
him.
players to play with.
That's why I said get rid of him because you're not using him.
And he going back home to where daddy played at.
Mm-hmm. He can wear the number and everything.
See, I mean, I offer Bobo, I offer Gary Harris, and I offer
You can still go back to that. Hey, things change, very rapidly in this NBA discussion of trades.
I'm just
Now
saying.
I know that I have Bill for better, for worse, for richer, for poor, and he's definitely richer. I have him for 5 years. If this was a 2 year, maybe 1 year, absolutely. I'd be like, yeah, fire sale. I gotta get rid of him. But now I got this man for 4 years. Hold on, let's look at the contract because I want you to see the paperwork too. We're gonna pull the contract up. Bradley Beal contract.
Yeah, Brad
Pull it up.
Brad got that new money.
5 years. I got him for 5 years. This is the first of his 5-year deal.
Was it like 222?
Which means in 5, you know what can happen in 5 years, Jerv? You want to know what can happen? Denver could win a championship, or Denver could still believe in Jamal Murray.
Well, we're trying to win now.
Okay, then. So to win now, you got to give now.
I love it.
Are we sure? Wait, does that look like his contract this year?
No, he signed another extension. This is not.
Yeah, he in the last
okay.
year,
Okay.
It's curved.
No, you tried it.
You right. I sure did.
You gonna be like, since you gave me so much heartache, I'm giving you Monty Morris. That's it.
This is a big rich town.
Jerem using 2019 figures, man.
Yep, sure am. I see 2019 on the screen.
Oh, he has a player option 2023.
Oh, so you really okay? Well, okay. My co-GM.
Hey, Jerem, I am simply. You are the final. You had the final say.
Are you ready to give up Jamal?
I absolutely am.
All right. Well, I believe so. So you believe Monty Morris can start in this league?
I believe if you give me Monty Morris and a 35-point a game score, we will be all right. But that is me. The final call.
GM.
I'm about to use.
Can we do a pick?
Let me play something to you.
Can we do a pick swap?
Bradley Beal can play together. Bradley Beal can play point guard and score.
Oh no, I get that. But but me and the other GM, we're probably gonna find a move for Gary Harris because we can flip him into something else. But okay, cool. They all must go. So with that being said, can we do a pick swap for the first round pick?
Oh, we need unprotected. No, I mean, don't let them protect that first round pick. Don't let them do that. We need we need that. Yeah, unprotected. Let's go.
Well,
it's not really a big deal for us anyway.
Y'all trying to win, y'all picking in 26 at best. Why do you care? And y'all draft well around that anyway. You don't want to swap my pick.
We squeezing the Turner, brother.
What you want? You want another 6'9" dude y'all ain't gonna play?
All I'm saying is, let's pull the trigger. Let's get it done.
Nice. So we found Bradley Beal at home with Denver. In return, Washington is able to get a pick. Bobo and Jamal Murray. I think Washington walked away pretty well with that, considering they're probably going to have a top 3 pick in the draft. But we actually didn't ask for this year's pick. We asked for next year's pick because we want to get Amani Bates and somebody to build with him. Or maybe even that 7-foot French dude that was giving Rudy buckets.
Now, for the people out there watching, understand we are obviously having fun with this. We're amateurs, and that took 30 minutes.
One person
to do
one cat.
one trade. Imagine what these folks that do this for real, in real life, how much of this goes into to pull off a trade. Like
any hour of the day, you know.
Hours of the day and the talks and the back and forth. So we hope this gives y'all also some respect and perspective on the position of being a general manager. Because we having fun with this, and that still took 30 minutes to do a trade.
Hey man, this is what I want to do. Fellas, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some more trade shows just for fun.
We have to.
We're gonna do more trade shows just for fun. Hey man, this is why I love the GM process. Yeah, they see me every day doing it with the NFL. I'll be matching up the salaries, I'll be looking at their books, I'll be all of them folks' business. But why it's so fun is because building it, this is what people don't understand. There is an art to building a team.
It is.
It is an art to build a team. Everybody from man number 1 on the bench to man 15 on the bench matters. Every head coach matters. Everybody matters.
It's years to put
these pick.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead, Trav.
I was gonna get his man Andrew Williams, James Wiseman, and some picks, and he took Jamal Murray. Okay.
But Jerm,
at least you didn't get threatened, for offering Otto Porter.
Facts.
Hey, but what people realize, Jerm, to your point,
and the threat was reasonable.
And I gotta address Trav too. Trav, all of that sounds great on paper, but we all know this is not a big man's game right now. It's a guard's game. I need a guard. I can find another James Wiseman as of right now. I can find another James Wiseman from where he is right now. I can find another James Wiseman in the draft in 2 or 3 years.
I just think we have to respect, fellas, that it takes years to build these teams. Years.
And you only get a 3-year window with it.
You got a 3-year window to get your team in just the right order with players, with the cap, with the picks, to line up everything to make that move.
Like that's what I'm talking about, legacies. Make sure you incorporate this part too.
Years to get everything to line up right. Had the stars align of an unhappy star that you can pull that trade. So, this ain't 2K where you hit the button and hope the machine accept the trade. It doesn't go like that. It does not go like that. So we definitely gonna have another trade show. Oh, next week, I'm gonna tell y'all this. America's favorite game is coming to live TV, live on your phone.
Blind GM, baby.
Blind GM, a Myron Jenkins joint, will be live next week. We will tag y'all in the group. We gonna hype this up for sure because this is our favorite game in the Facebook group. 94 Feet of Life Blind GM coming live to your screen next week.
Your basketball acumen will be tested strongly.
Yes.
And what you gonna learn is you don't know shit, and that's okay. You gonna learn that quick.
Get your FedEx shipping labels ready.
Yeah, get them ready.
He said, "Get the FedEx labels ready." This dude is hilarious.
Yeah, drivers web.
It's the fish ready.
So next week we got MJ joint, Blind GM, GM Drew will be back in the building next week for sure, because we definitely gonna need help with these numbers and all that. So stay tuned. We're gonna see how much y'all know and how much we know here. Let's shift to part 2 of the show. Friday fun. You know, we've done the playground. Last week it was the video game, and this was kind of video game inspired topic. We talked about Coach K and talked about our love for college hoops. The NCAA tournament and whatever, and the form is going to come back in is about 7 weeks away. I definitely need to get more into it over the next month just to kind of get caught up on what's going on. But fellas, we talked about the passing to John Chaney, passing to John Thompson, and I can say that was kind of my first introduction into college basketball. As a kid, late 80s, was John Thompson, John Chaney. So again, this is just going to be an open conversation. We don't have topics. We ain't throwing out questions. This is just talking about it.
Yeah.
What would you say, fellas, was your first NCAA hoop memory? It could be a player, it could be a game, or just something that you just remember. Like, this is what kind of first pulled me into it.
I tell this story to everybody that I'm close to as far as basketball goes, because this was really my turning point story. I tell people this all the time. Anybody who has played basketball and is a hooper, everybody has ran into that point in their life when they ask themselves, am I really good enough? Is this really worth it? Should I start looking and possibly doing something else? That point for me was my freshman year in high school. I had a horrible season. Horrible. I went from being on the bench all 8th grade to starting point guard, and I'm not a point guard, or I wasn't a point guard then. It was bad. And the coach that I had was more of a baseball player, so all he would just tell me to do was just like show some heart, which was not helping at all because I didn't know how to play. So I'm just looking and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. I still got moved up to reserve because the coach's staff on the higher up liked me, but I did not have a good season. So I'm just like, man, I don't even know about this. Then I cut on, it's 1997, I cut on the Arizona Wildcats, and I see number 10 with this cutoff shirt, but you can't see the outside of the shirt from the jersey. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. Dude just had a different type of sauce off bat. Had the foams. The foams didn't really match the jersey, but they were so fresh that you understood why he wore it. And this dude, he ain't overly fast. He not jumping out the gym, but this dude is cooking the best guards in the nation. The nation.
As a freshman.
As a freshman. I was a freshman too, even though it was high school. He's a freshman cooking everybody in the nation. They beat 3 number 1 teams. All of your big names, your Blue Bloods, Kentucky, Providence with God Shamgod, Kansas with Jock Vaughn. Beat them all. North Carolina with Ed Cota and Shammond Williams. Loaded North Carolina team.
Kansas too? Wasn't that the Paul Pierce, Rachel Friends Kansas team?
Yes. Jock Vaughn.
Yeah,
beat every one of them. And he was laughing. He was having fun. He didn't have to be this tough guy or pump the chest guy. He literally having fun and toying with the best guards in the nation without any superhuman athletic attribute. He did it with this and skill. And I looked at this dude and I'm like, I got a chance to make it in this thing. The Cardiac Cats is the reason why I end up being the MJ that I am now and playing college and actually talking about this lovely game that I'm talking about. I probably would be a disgruntled coach that quit and had regrets and be the dude that, you know, be a black version of Pai Mei off of probably be one of them. But that was my story. I'm sorry it was long to draw out, but that was it right there. That was it for me.
Trav. What was Trav is our resident Big Blue Nation. Kentucky to the death. So Trav, how did you become a Kentucky fan down in, you know, southwest Tennessee, North Mississippi? How did you get into Kentucky?
March the 28th, 1992. Sitting in front of the TV. These folks playing in this big old arena with this red, white, blue, yellow, green. They called it the Philadelphia Spectrum.
I know what he's about to say.
2 teams played. There was a team in dark blue. Well, blue. There was another one in white with the blue. I looked and seen one person, and he had that Kentucky written on his chest. He was about the only black guy that was out there. Monster Mash took my eye off everything. Just watching him play. And he was manhandling them. Kristen Laettner couldn't stand a chance. But I'm just watching, I'm like, man, dude is amazing. But you got number 11, Bobby Hurley, 32. They study coming. They study coming. And I'm just looking at Jamal, like Jamal is a one-man band. I'm like, man, this it. This it. And then I seen how scrappy Travis Ford was. But really what really made me the deciding factor was when Kristen Laettner stepped on that boy chest. After that, I was like, I like Kentucky. That's going to be my team. That's going to be my team. That's who I'm going to follow. That's it. Nothing ain't changed. I was 12 years old. 12 years old. That's what really got me into being Big Blue Nation.
Ham, historian, the World Book, we like to call them. What kind of started your love or into college hoop? Because Ham from Memphis, so we know how Memphis Tigers, how that is. But was that it, or was it what just kind of brought it all in?
It was that just off the rip because we have no major league sports here, growing up. So Tiger basketball, Memphis wrestling with Jerry Lawler. They shared the same building, the Mid-South Coliseum. So anytime you was able to go to the Coliseum or watch, action from the Coliseum on TV, the whole city was tuned in. Tiger basketball and Memphis wrestling got some of the best ratings that the city of Memphis could ever put out because everybody was into the same thing. Funny but true story. My uncle, my mom's youngest brother, grew up in Memphis and South Memphis, Westwood area, but he grew up a Louisville fan in the city of Memphis.
How?
And my uncle's an asshole like that though. Okay. I'm gonna send him this link too. Because he tuned in, he watches us too. So, but just understanding what that rivalry was then, and then combining that with Memphis wrestling, Jerry Lawler was a rival to whoever he was paired and matched up with, and that's what Memphis and Louisville was. So it's like Saturday afternoon, you get the wrestling on Saturday mornings, and then follow that at noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, Memphis State, Louisville. And it was like all the time like that. But then even with that, I'm around Pops. Pops is a serious hoop head to that level, and this is at the advent of ESPN. So you getting Big Monday, Super Tuesday, the whole lineup just throughout the week. I literally grew up on Dick Vitale, growing, and promoting the game of basketball in that way. So it was hooping on, and not just Pops. Moms was even with it too. Moms was a Big East basketball fan. Love Georgetown and John Thompson. Love to see them beat Syracuse and things of that nature. So I'm always around it. And if it was, we weren't getting like the large NBA package television wise back then. You get it on TBS Tuesday, Fridays, nothing really on the weekends. Just Tuesday, Friday. But college basketball ran every day but Friday back then, so TV. So we was always getting some on ESPN. Saturday you get CBS. Even NBC used to kick games back then, y'all. So it was always on in my house. Cats in my neighborhood were all in it. It's like, we all aspired to go to Big East school, so we realized how cold this shit was. Not our type of climate, but it was always that way. So from like the 85 Final Four, which Memphis was in, going forward, it was just always looking forward to March,
Germ, let's bring you into the conversation. Germ, I said Germ is the old soul, but Germ is a little bit younger than us. So I definitely want to get his perspective because the game, college basketball, for Germ's demographic had changed so much from what it was for me, Ham, and MJ. So, Jerm, some of your first college hoop memories, or kind of what, even not a first memory, what got you into it?
Well, with me being from Ohio and college basketball never really being on my horizon young, because my mother, well, let's just face it, my mother wasn't really a big like college basketball fan. She wasn't really a big college sports fan either. That's kind of something I kind of developed with my own love of actual sports. But I just remember the year that Ohio State had not only a big recruiting class for basketball, but it was also football. And that was the year that both schools actually went to the actual Final Four or finals, and actually
And
both
lost
of
to
them
Florida.
lost to Florida, both of them.
Crazy.
So what's funny is I didn't really feel like Ohio State football team was going to win, but in the same breath, I didn't feel like Ohio State's basketball team was going to win. I felt like they was a little too small. Besides, but that was also the year that they had Greg Oden, so everybody was just excited. But what you seen in that game is you seen whoever was supposed to be in that game, whoever was going to be a professional, showed up and they played. I mean, for example, Conley didn't play too bad in that national championship game, and neither did Oden. Them is the only two cats that look like they should have been on the floor with Florida. So, with that being said, I'm excited about it because college basketball for me, like I was there for the Josh Hart shot. That shot, I still remember that shot. I remember, like I said, Florida, Ohio State, Tar Heels run. Low key, Ham, you never knew this, but I'm actually a Blue Devil fan. So I don't know where
I'm not as much as I used to be, but
me neither, because it's not the same. Not the same.
Landscape changing too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I went back and I actually went, because once I got into it, I actually went back and I really researched the history of what the Duke basketball players have done historically, just not even just in college, but what they went on to the NBA. That's where my love for Grant Hill comes from, because that's probably one of the coldest cats that Coach K ever had.
Absolutely. And then the side note with that is like that same game that Trav was referring to, March 28th, 92. I was actually on the Kentucky side. I wasn't a Duke fan then. I'd actually become a Duke fan until Coach K really started going to the hood to get brothers, to go to Augusta, Georgia and get Will Avery, go to Peekskill and get Elton Brand, you know what I'm saying, or that caliber. That's where it's like, okay, he evolved and I could turn the corner with him with that. And then they still getting the same result. They still hooping, and they actually left him early. They were the first dudes that left him early.
Yep.
See, we were those dudes that we were on our, era was we getting to see cats for 3 and 4 years.
Exactly.
You got to see Elton Brand for 2. Got to see Corey Maggette for 1, and he was coming off the bench.
Corey Maggette was built like an action figure though. Like he was a superhero.
Went lottery coming off the bench. Whew, like you said, he was built like an action figure though. And
go ahead, Han. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying just at 18, he was like that. But it's like you said though, Big Shot. It's the difference from what Jerm was able to kind of grow up with within that one and done era to where we saw college careers.
Right. I think that's what made the game. You never want to be the old versus the new, but I think that's why a lot of fans, I think today, have a hard time with college basketball. It's because you can't attach yourself to players because they're not there long. Whereas, even Mike Bibby, who MJ referenced, was 2 years. Like back in our day, 2 years was like, what? You even have to, you only playing 2 years?
Like Ken Anderson came out in 2 years, and it's like he was dead.
2 years.
Was dead. He was one of those.
So Debbie, now we're gonna talk. Let's just talk about quickly, because this is free flowing. We just talk about why we love it. I give y'all something that I remember just loving about college hoop, right? And this is Ron's guilty pleasure. Everybody, people who know me know this. Ron is all for one bid league conference championship game. I'm talking, and when I say one bid, that league that the conference tournament is the only way you're gonna make the tournament.
the American East Conference.
We are suckers for sloppy yet hungry basketball. Like
Hunger
it's they probably practice on defense for 2 hours with no ball. Probably took the rims down. The help side, everybody's talking and sweating. Like the final score will be about 49 to 42.
Yep.
They only ran flex.
They play in the conference championship game at like 11 o'clock on Saturday morning.
The gym looked like the gym at your high school.
Right, not the big arena. Not the big arena. They got 50-cent hot dogs in that joint. You know what I'm saying?
You can see the back wall of the gym. They got bleachers. They ain't got seats. They got bleachers.
Bleachers. You got to pour them joints out. Yeah.
Like the facility got to be shared with the girls and the volleyball team, so the dudes can't work on their game for real.
You look out. You look at the game. You look at the window. You can actually see the parking lot where they parked at. That's one of them type of gyms. Hey, that's the Hunger Games of college. That's the Hunger Games in college basketball style.
Let me tell y'all, when we get to March Madness, I don't know how it's gonna look this year because of the pandemic, but I wouldn't even watch the big conference tournaments until they got to like the semifinals.
Yeah, Saturday, Friday.
Saturday. But the Colonial, give me that.
Big South.
Give me that. Big South, Big West.
Sign me up.
Ohio Valley, Missouri Valley.
The undersized big with the dreads, sign me up. The 6'5" power forward, all he do is dunk.
And I'm always waiting on one of them to get to like that first Thursday and Friday in the tournament and sneak one in. Get to the second round too. You know, get your upset dub.
See, I get to go into detail with this. Big Shot open up a can of worms because I can describe to you the type of team you're going to see right now without even seeing it. The point guard is going to be a senior, and he's going to be yoked like all the muscles in the world. And next to him is going to be another guard who's a shooting guard who is skinny as Lou Williams, but probably averaging 25. And they can't do nothing with him. Nothing. Then you got a 6'5" power forward who do all the dirty work. All he do is run and rebound. He don't do nothing else and dunk it. That's it. Then you probably got like a 6'7" big who can shoot it, and it look like he's supposed to be good, but for whatever reason, he just can't put it all together. Then your small forward is just another guard because you can't get a real 6'5" wing. If you had a 6'5" wing, you wouldn't have a 6'5" power forward. So your wing is like 6'1". Oh, yeah. But he a dead-eye shooter, though. He ain't missing nothing. Oh, yeah. He shooting that thing from everywhere.
They're going to push your 2 seed or your 3 seed to the brink.
Yep, they're gonna be the 13th seed. You know what I'm saying? They was like 29-4, but they didn't play nobody, so they couldn't get a better seed.
And the real teams wouldn't book them because they knew better. They're like, Duke, I ain't booking them. I'm gonna pay you to beat me? No, they ain't paying you to beat me.
What was our guy from a couple years ago? What was our guy from a couple years ago that is Stephen F. Austin, Thomas Walkup?
Oh, Big Walkup. Yeah.
Hello.
The team that you described, MJ, that was George Mason.
Yeah.
That was George Mason.
Yeah, Tony Scan. Yeah.
That was George Mason.
They had a dude on it about 6'7", 6'8". He was built like a transformer. Give me that.
Nothing.
He sure was. That was I remember his name too. His name was Guy Lewis. I remember his name. Yeah.
I remember Tony Scan because I couldn't understand how this skinny dude was giving y'all all these problems. Like he gave UConn the blues. UConn had a pro lineup. They had a pro lineup.
Let me tell you something. That UConn team, that was the last time I bet any money on the NCAA tournament. The last time.
Because they was the most talented bunch.
I was in a pool that year, and I put 50 on UConn. We talking Rudy Gay, Villanueva, Marcus Williams.
11 of them got drafted, Big Shot.
Rashad Anderson, Dennis Brown. Like, they had everything.
11 of them got drafted.
Now, speaking of that, fellas, Jerem, definitely going to pull you back in. We talk about teams, favorite teams, best teams you've seen. I'm gonna just throw out a couple at random. You know, these ain't ranking. We just throwing them out, and y'all feel free to jump in. I'm not a Duke fan at all, but let's call it. You know, we here at 94. We call it what it is.
Comments back on, y'all, just so y'all know.
Shout out to the comments. The 2001 Duke team is one of the 5 best teams I've ever seen. That is Battier, Dunleavy, Jay Will, Young Duhan,
Boozer.
Dante Jones, and Carlos Boozer.
No, Dante Jones wasn't there yet.
All right, Dante
He
Jones
red
was a
shirt.
red
He
shirt.
red shirt.
Red shirt. My fault.
Yeah, we red
So
shirt.
just a quick around the horn, fellas. Best teams that you've seen. Best teams, favorite teams that you just remember. Like that team was just it.
Just one? Sheesh.
Just pick, just random, at random. Give me 2 or 3, quick.
All right, I got 2. 2003 Syracuse and 2012 Kentucky.
Yeah, a lot of talk. Yeah,
2012 Kentucky, I was actually in Lexington the summer of 2011 and just felt that energy, and I'm like, yo, they finna win a championship, I'm pretty sure. Because I knew
2012
what
is
they had
Anthony
coming.
Davis, right?
Yeah. You know, I knew what they had, and he was the reason why it's like, okay, and I already saw Kid Gilchrist and, you know, the rest of them that was there. I knew Deron Lamb and Terrence Jones was coming back, and it's like, y'all bringing this dude in?
and it was
Yep.
was that Marcus T?
Marcus T
Yeah.
was that point. That was a
Right.
team in which maybe the guys probably wasn't the best pros, but as far as what you wanted out of a college athlete, you couldn't ask for anything more. Terrence Jones was the perfect 4, 6'9", but can shoot it, complimented Anthony Davis perfectly in that offense. You had Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Swiss Army knife. I do everything with that ugly ass form. I'm doing everything. Deron Lamb, who led the team in points,
they
pure
beat
shooter.
everybody they played too. They beat everybody that was on their schedule. They lost 2 games, but then they also beat those teams that they lost to. 38.
Man, I was so
Calipari
mad.
actually, I think Calipari on some superstitious stuff actually threw the conference tournament on purpose.
He did.
You can't tell me no different. I think he threw that. He like, you know what? I don't want to go 30-1 and then lose. Nah, we need to win this one. Nope.
Refocus, get them straight, and then we'll go get these last 6. I thought about that too, even then.
Trav, who you got?
Of course I'm gonna go. Of course, I mean y'all talk about the 12s of Kentucky. That 916 was something special, man.
I knew you were
The
going there.
916 was something special.
Yeah.
And any Wake Forest team that had my guy and Tim Duncan, if they had Randolph Childress and Tim Duncan, sign me up for it. Sign me up for it.
Hey, I mentioned this in the comments before we went on. John Cheney had a couple of Elite 8 teams that were squadded. I want to say 93, that was Aaron McKee, I think Eddie Jones, Aaron
Eddie
McKee.
Jones.
They gave the Fab 5 hell in the Elite 8. They almost beat the Fab 5. And the 01 squad was like an 11 seed. That was Lynn Greer, Quincy Wadley, that squad.
Shout out Lynn Greer. I ain't heard Lynn
Hey,
Greer ever.
watching college created the MJ All-Stars that Ronnie so eloquently put. Because it's just certain players that I just gravitate to. I mean, it's a reason why we love this game and we want to keep it as beautiful as possible, or at least share with you the beautiful parts of it as opposed to bullshit narratives. Because it's like if you take all of that away, this is a gorgeous game that we watch. And for me, it's about the bucket. When I see a dude that can get a bucket, just go get one, especially at college, because college, you run at all types of defenses. Like there's no rules in college. You can just put 2 people in the paint and just keep them there, and nothing will happen. So if you get in the bucket with all of that happening, man, and it's one guy in particular to this day, I thought y'all thought I liked Bibby. It's a dude I like a little bit more, Ben Gordon. And listen, Duke had to put a boxing 1 on this dude. I ain't never seen Duke put a boxing 1 on nobody else but Calbert Cheney. That was the only other time I seen Duke pull that out. The dude, he only like 6'1". They listed him as 6'3". He went on 6'3".
Yeah,
he gave you what you wanted.
He go get it.
Ben was special, man. Ben was special. Him at Oakford.
Yeah,
That's how special Ben was. He made Okafor look like a number 2 pick.
Right.
Give me the D Brown and Darren Williams Illinois
Ooh.
team.
They were fun.
I
fun.
love that team. I love
Yeah.
that team. And then I like the Florida, the back-to-back Florida Jones. That was pretty good. They was pretty deep, and they was tough. Man, Villanova that has some good squads too, low key, man. Man,
When
I
you
remember
say-
Randy Foy. What's my guy's name? Man, they
Nardi,
had some,
Kyle Lowry,
man,
Allen
I
Ray.
mean, hey, look, I like guard play a lot, like especially the small guard, because it's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing when you see a small guard score.
Them
And let
folks
me
cook
shout
like-
out my dude, Kimba had one of the best
Hey,
last 15 games we ever seen
Oh,
in
it was.
college basketball.
John,
That's
Oh
the
my
best guard
God.
doing
Kimball
that.
Walker,
Woo.
in my time watching, Kimball Walker had the greatest mark
Run.
in the history of
The greatest runner in history from college basketball.
And that's
Let me
saying
tell you,
something because
they played essentially 11 winner go home games in a
Yep.
row.
Man, that man
One
played
ball.
good for a month.
Oh,
the only one that I could put on his level and scale for the
Yeah.
mark for the tournament in general was Glenn Rice in '89. Dude put
yeah,
up.
Glenn fired.
Shoot, I say Shabazz Napier he was a freshman when
He
when
was.
Kimba did it. Shabazz did it 2 years later. I'm looking like,
Right.
damn, y'all really can't do that with Shabazz? Like he gave y'all what y'all wanted.
Bad and vote right.
Look,
Hey.
like, neither one of them was sniffing over 6 feet, and they was beating all of y'all blue blood favorite teams. They was beating everybody ass.
I'm talking butter rolls, pearls, jumpers, whatever
Sam, I'm
they.
gonna tell you
Yeah.
about the Illinois team. When you say that Illinois team, you don't say them 2 names. You gotta say 3 names with it.
I can't
Luther
remember my
Head.
other Luther Head.
You said yes, that you don't leave them out. You don't
No,
leave
no,
them
no, no.
out.
I just said
together.
them. They're
I know
interchangeable.
what you're
They're interchangeable.
But when you mention the team, you put them 3. How Luther Head was the dude on that team.
Yeah.
He was that dude.
Hey,
He was that dude.
They
listen.
had a documentary in Illinois in high school on the 2001 recruits because they were that special. I mean, I'm talking in Illinois. You had Luther Head come out. You had Pierre Pierce. You had Sean Dockery, Will Bynum, Eddie Curry. Like that area produced
Will
some
Bynum
dogs
wasn't
that year. So they had a
bad either.
documentary.
Yeah, I was
They
saying
even
they
dudes that y'all probably forget, like Kelly Whitley. Like they had some Kelly Whitney. They had some dogs, and it was like I saw Luther Head. This is the first time I ever seen a dude 6'2" do this. He threw the ball off the glass from the 3-point line and caught that thing and dunked it.
Yeah.
Luther Head was serious, man. Luther
Luther
Head. I mean, D. Will made it to the league, and D. Brown did what he did. But Luther Head was that dude.
He fell in
That
love
was-
with the jump shot too much.
Yeah,
And the
I mean,
NBA.
at the end of the day, I will say, like I said, I'm not. There was no disrespect to Luther at all.
Oh, of course.
Because look, but that I just like their whole team. I like the energy they played with. I like the whole thing, the whole ensemble. I remember when they were at one when they was undefeated and they thought they was gonna win the whole thing. Man, I was like, dog, I hope they do it. Like you don't want to see. You be wanting to see stuff like this happen just to see and witness greatness. That's why you want to see it.
They lost one game in the regular season. They lost to Ohio State.
right.
On the last
At the
day
end
of
of
the
the
season in the Big Ten Big Ten regular season finale, lost to Ohio. I don't even know who was on that Ohio State team. They lost.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Jared Sulliger's older brother was on that team. I do remember that.
Yeah,
David Sullinger. He was on-
Illinois. Illinois was the
before
reason.
David Lively.
Illinois was the reason I thought Chris Paul wasn't that good.
they beat the brakes off of them.
They kicked the big
They
in the
beat the
ACC
brakes
Big
off
Ten
of
Challenge.
I'm like, why they picking Chris Paul so high, man? They ain't like that.
I'm gonna tell y'all this though.
Okay.
The 07-08 season here was one of the best and most. That was one of the most
I
fun
can only
times.
imagine what that was like in the city. I can only
I'm
imagine
so-
what that was.
That was
I'm
one
so
of the-
glad you mentioned that because while everybody talk about D Rose, CDR was the bucket that I described. a
That
whole
was
bucket.
Hey,
He
He
gave,
was at
and then the
one.
way he moved was a bucket, like a little jerky. Like you could tell, all he played was 21 his whole life. He didn't play nothing else. He got to
no,
the
seriously.
he got
Do
to
the little
college
head
off and
fake one
played
more
the
time,
21
MJ.
game. I think.
Do the head fake
But,
again. Do the head fake he used to do.
like when you get to dancing because you know.
That's how he was. Dude. He was long, 6'7" with him. So when he throw the heads in like that, it's like, dog, you is not doing nothing with this dude, man.
and
He was a straight
dunked
bucket,
him
dude.
little.
For real.
He
First
dunked
thing,
him little with the wrong foot.
we ain't had no first team All American here outside of Penny, except Chris Douglas Roberts. He was dead.
Hey, CDR was cold. CDR
And the
was
thing
cold.
is, when he first got on the campus, he was that.
Yeah.
Like his freshman year, because y'all team was stacked even before Derrick Rose got there. Y'all had Rodney Carney. Y'all.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Got drafted in the first round. You know,
Mhm.
like bad ballers, man.
Jern, what's your
All right.
question?
I got this question I gotta ask. Who is some of you? Just give me one of your bigger guards or small forward players in college that y'all really enjoyed. I'm gonna give y'all one. Mine
Mine
was
is easy.
what's his name from not Brandon Rush. What was the other with the high top fade from Kansas? Oh my God.
It was B Rush, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't him. It was
It ain't Oubre, I know that.
no, I'm about to look right now. Hold
Not
on.
Wiggins. What year was it? You gotta give me a year.
Oh God, hold on.
Yeah, you just look it
Bad
up.
with the lead.
Look
I'm
it
about
up.
to look it up. I gotta look it up.
Who y'all got? Trav, who was one of your favorite big guard wings?
I'm gonna go back with this. I watched a 20-point lead get raped at Michigan by this guard by the name of Sean Resper.
Man.
Sean was tough.
Sean Resper had this big old elbow pad. Looked like he played football with it. He walked down Marcus Bullitt and Ahmed Michigan. He walked them down at Michigan. At Michigan. In Ann Arbor. I'm talking about walk them down. I was like, dude, you're different. Man, Sean Resper was that guy for me, man.
My guy was, and I was fortunate enough to be living out there at the time he was in college. And still to this day, the best offensive player I have ever, other than maybe Durant Beasley as freshman, the best offensive player I've ever seen at the college level was J.R. Ryder at UNLV.
Ooh.
They are easy riders.
Easy Ryder he was too strong. His hops were too much. He was 6'5", about 225, built
Bowling ball.
Built a bowling ball. If give James Harden muscles and hops.
Yeah.
I was giving it to my hands, everything.
I'm gonna stay right there in Vegas. But one class earlier was Stacey Augmon. The only reason why UNLV didn't go undefeated in '91 is because Stacey Augmon played the worst game that I've ever seen Stacey Augmon play against Duke.
You talk about let me tell you something. That was we all had our games that broke our hearts.
That was the one.
For 91, Duke beating UNLV in 91, I guarantee you is most in the hood is a top 5 sports heartbreak in the hood with UNLV losing to Duke.
Man, look. They didn't repeat and that hurt it. Here's mine, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it to UCLA. I got 2 of them. First one is B. Diddy. Listen, let me tell y'all something. 99 B. Diddy. Let me look. Him and Earl Watson running the show, and they just let B. Diddy kind of just run, you know what I'm saying, the 2 guard, even though he wasn't a shooting guard, but they was like, Earl Watson too good, so we gotta let him control himself. Look, he was doing shit in the game you ain't supposed to do in college. He doing the fake behind the back pass to himself. They throwing it off the glass to him, and he catching it. This dude 6'3", and he just came out 2 ACL surgeries. What is going on?
He playing for a young Steve Lavin. That's why.
And they were lit.
They always show of him when he did the the complete wrap behind his back.
Yeah.
Wrap it completely behind his back.
He made one dude fall, and then he just went over. It was against Washington. He made the dude. I'm gonna put the video up. He made one dude fall. Dude fell. They just did the regular 2-hand dunk. And my other one for UCLA is slow mo. I didn't appreciate slow mo like I should have, and I'm mad that I didn't. I rocks with slow mo.
All right, I'm sorry.
That man been going at that same pace since 16.
It was Brandon Rush. It was Brandon Rush.
It was that thought.
I'm looking because I'm looking like I couldn't remember because I remember when he came to the league, he changed his hair.
Brandon Rush,
But Brandon Rush is one of my favorites.
Hey, if his brother didn't get caught up, his oldest brother didn't get caught up.
Ron.
Ignorant.
I got a question for you. I'm going back with this. If you had one scholarship,
Oh boy.
who would you take? Lee Mayberry or Anderson Hunt?
On Anderson Hunt, man.
Yeah.
And I like Lee Mayberry, but it's something about the Vegas dogs, man.
Yeah, Anderson and Greg was.
It's something about the Vegas
Levels.
dogs, man.
I
For
love
real.
that. I like Mayberry and Day and but Anderson Hunt Anthony was levels. They was levels. As a
Hey
back.
man, to this day I have never seen nobody run the Amoeba defense the way UNLV ran it because they were so dog about it. Just there was
This is
nothing
fact.
open. There was
I
nothing there.
I
Like we talk
remember
about the
when
Duke beating them the second time. People forget about that first time. They beat the
First time
Like,
oh,
they
they
Bruh.
And I remember when they came to Arkansas one time.
yeah, that game now.
And
That,
Todd called
Right
himself
there.
running up on LJ, and LJ looked over at Nolan Rich and said, "Yo, you better get some men out here."
Yeah. And that's another thing that's missing from today's college basketball.
Absolutely.
We get the super matchups, but we get super matchups on neutral floor.
Right.
Back in them days, when
you had to go to the house.
They went to Fayetteville.
UNLV played Arkansas at Arkansas,
They went to Fayetteville.
brother.
UNLV went to Baton Rouge to see
UNLV
Shaq.
with the UNLV against one of my favorite games to bring it to this era. I know Memphis folks, it didn't go y'all way, but when Tennessee came to Memphis,
That's one of the great days in Memphis sports history,
let me
honestly.
tell you something. You talk about a street fight.
That's one of the great days, man.
It was Tyler. Everybody on Tennessee used to wear their headband way back here.
And that was the best up part for us was that the killers from Tennessee were from West Tennessee.
No.
JP from Memphis. Wayne
You know
Childs.
Bruce Pearl was going to the hood to get his people. You knew that.
Bruce Pearl came in there with a bunch of gangsters.
He came in there with some real G's, man.
Because they put CDR in foul trouble. That was the beginning of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose started his killing spree that day.
Yep. And for ESPN for not letting me in game day that morning. They did, man. They just, like, you gotta have a game ticket. I ain't going to the game. I just want to get game day, Chief. What's up with that? You know what I'm saying?
That was the game. Like when teams played each other in real, true road games. Man, Memphis and Tennessee, ugly street fight.
And then the coaches had that one. The
Hey,
coaches
I'll counter you with the 1998 Duke UNC game when Jameson fouled Elton Brand and they were down about 9 or 10 points. And Elton Brand was chilling, but Jameson called him a ban, a BAN. If y'all don't know what it is, you can type it in your abbreviations in Google. It'll probably pop up.
That was championship.
Jameson called him BAN. Elton Brand looked, said, "Hey, Shane, that's game." I've never seen no shit like that in my life. A freshman going up against the #1 team in the nation that is down 9 tells the other freshman, "No, that's game. That's a wrap. You down." And then commence to getting the ball and working out your whole team for the next 9 minutes.
That was the one
Elton.
that Duke. Yeah, that was the one that Duke.
Hey,
Yeah, because they beat the North Carolina beat the hell out of them in UNC. It wasn't even fun.
Right, and then they had a close ACC title game.
Mhm.
Elton was rough. Elton was a
Elton-
rough dude in college. Boy.
You want to know another good game? And I think Ham, you'll like this one. This when Duke went to Maryland and Jay Will snapped.
Man, look,
Down, what were they down 8 with 30 seconds to play?
Yeah.
he scored like 10 straight.
I think it was 8 and under a minute or something like that, right? Because he got
Jay
the 3,
Will
got another
No.
layup, then hit another 3, sent it to overtime.
Juan Dixon and Steve Blake and Lonnie Baxter and what's my guy with the Wilcox? They
Will
Steve
was
Blake
killing
found out when Steve Blake found out in regulation. That was it.
When you talk about wars, Duke, Maryland in the early 2000s was
Oh
war.
yeah, every time. Every
War.
time.
War.
I think that 01 Duke team set the template for Maryland to go win in 02. You know what I'm saying? Because they played them
had
4
to come
times.
back.
They played them 4 times. Duke won 3 the year before. When they played them in there 4 times, they came back that next year with the entire squad except for Terrence Morris. Terrence Morris was the only one that left. They came back with the whole squad. Not a single McDonald's All-American on the roster. They cut nets that April.
Duke, Maryland.
You know what was an underrated rivalry too, but they stopped it? Duke St. John's.
Yeah, they
I
did.
remember
Yeah,
when
I remember Boosie Thornton gave them 40. Left
That's
hand
when they still had
Boosie.
our test. That's when they still had our test, right? That was a good.
They
That was
had Artest. Who was your boy? LeVar Postel.
Eric Barkley, the bar
Eric
post
Barkley.
Bootsy
Omar,
Thornton.
Omar Cook, who has the greatest hairline in the history of college basketball. No question about
It
it.
was perfect, wasn't it? Him and Paul George, top 5 hairlines ever. And what is Jalen Rose doing right now at the mid-40s to still keep this fresh taper? Him and Juwan Howard, I need to know. Y'all let me know. How is y'all lying like that? How?
And then, of course, and speaking of Jalen, we got to talk about them because they were to me, the Fab Five brought college basketball to this. Like it was a big event, but it was box office when they got in. When the Fab Five showed up, it was blockbuster.
When I see cats like Chuck D, EPMD, and them cats like that, like, yo, we was going to these cats' games. And you seeing them at the games in certain situations. They let you know, man, it was like, it's a whole nother culture shift within that. You know what I'm saying? Because they brought the whole genre to college basketball.
5 freshmen in the
Think about this.
G2, when them folks came out with the shorts below the knees,
the black socks,
Charles Barkley, Max's on with the black joints, with the all blue, and then they had the nerve to shade their head ball.
Shade their heads ball. Oh, they was Onyx.
Look.
What was going for?
Here's the craziest thing about them, though. The craziest thing about Michigan to me was just, it wasn't even that. It was the fact that the year prior to them getting there, they won a championship. And they put the dudes who won a championship on the bench for these dudes. Do y'all really understand? Yeah. Who does that? That right there is like revolutionary. And salute to Steve Fisher as a coach for understanding, yeah, these dudes won me a title, but I can't really deny these 5. Like, they just, I have to let them go.
Unheard of to play 5 freshmen in the 90s. That's unheard of.
And you already had 2 that got a national championship ring. You got 2 on your team that should be starting to get a national championship ring, but they just was not better. Pelinka, sorry, it wasn't.
Another one of my favorites, man. It's based off the name of our group. 94 Feet of Hell, man.
Razorbacks.
Arkansas.
Yo, that was like, it wasn't as polarizing and popular as the Fab Five, but it was that same vibe.
It was gangsters.
Gangster street.
No, Larissa just still don't get enough credit for me.
And they were
You know,
playing for a gangster. That was the trip part. Nolan was with it. You know what I'm saying? And he got
Nolan,
their attention.
and you had to think about this. We talked about with the passing of John Chaney fella, but you talk about Nolan, Big John, Chaney. Them three, because
dude, man.
yes, there were some other black coaches sprinkled in.
Tubby
Those
came
were
along
like,
later, and right.
but those three were like the
that's Mount
godfathers.
Rushmore, man. It's Mount
The
Rushmore.
godfathers. And what those teams represented, man, was like, we're not going to pretend like we're not black.
They didn't have to have their blackness. Right.
We talked about this on the G2 podcast about
Right.
turning down your blackness.
Right.
Arkansas, Georgetown, Michigan, UNLV, them 4 teams. Oh no, we are very black.
We are who we are, and you're going to get what you're going to get.
And to see them all have like real success at that, doing it that way, that was legit dope for us to see.
That was the turning point, because you gotta think the 90s, people forget. Like everybody was on the whole Bobby Knight, you listen to your coach and all that. In the 90s, a lot of wild stuff was happening. Latrell choked his coach out at the NBA level. You seeing a lot of people magically transferring from Indiana University. Like this was the birth of when players were starting to get their power. This was the birth. The 90s birthed that.
Yeah.
They didn't do the right things, I would say, like, choking out your coach. I would never say choke out your coach, but that was the start of just saying, you know what, yes, I'm going to listen to you, I'm going to respect you as a coach, but you're going to respect me as a man. No more of this yelling at me like I'm some boy. Like it started.
Yeah, it was not only that, MJ, you talk about that. It also was, we're going to start peeling the layers off this institution that y'all think is so great called the NCAA.
Yeah.
So now we're going to tell you what the NCAA is really about. So things like Prop 48, we ain't going for it. Things, so I think Michigan, Arkansas, Vegas, Temple, Georgetown sort of was like, no, we want our players. It's a majority black sport. It's black bodies being on this court, and we're going to be treated the way you're supposed to treat us. And we gonna put the culture in your face. So no, we ain't wearing little ass shorts and Chuck Taylors. We're in the long ass shorts. We gonna
our shoes and our socks are black.
Right.
It's hip hop culture. This is
gonna
what
see Chuck D in the audience.
Absolutely.
I don't have the perfectly shaven mustache, no beard.
No. We bringing in the streets. The Larry Johnson straight out of South Dallas. You know what I'm saying? We bring in the streets here. And I think that's what, I loved about it. So look, we could go on this topic all day. We might have to do this like on a part 2 or 3, 4, 5 on another show. But we're going to wrap this up. Remember, Blind GM is coming. So y'all better, I know Trav's least favorite tool. Get on your trade machine, get your practice in for the week. You know what I'm saying? Get on your Bleacher Report rumor mills, Shams and Woj and them. Get all that together, because next week, Blind GM. Remember, SCEN_THE. That's Twitter. THE.SCEN. That's Instagram. Ron, Ham, MJ, Trav, Germ. Shout out to our man Moschino in the background doing his thing. This is 94 Feet of Life, sponsored by The Scene. We out.